if you want to build a real-time application, you have to check this PartyKit. So to create a real-time application using this PartyKit, it's really simple. As you can see, this is the final project that we are going to learn in this video. As you can see, the connected is 1 right now. So let's try to open that on another browser. I'm going to copy, then open that. As you can see, now the user is connected, right? It's just real time. Pretty nice. Let me just try to open that again. Right now the user is connected. Here, if I click the first here to yes, as you can see, that works. All the tab in here, all the browser, all the user is also get the response. That's super fast, and also the real time is just works. As you can see here, if I click no, as you can see, works. This one here, then this one here. So that's what we're gonna learn in this video, how to using that. Before we code anything, let me quickly explain what PartyKit actually is, because once you understand the concept, everything else will make sense. Normally, if you want to build something real-time like a chat application, a live pool, or multiplayer game, you need WebSocket. So WebSocket are a way to the server and the browser to stay connected and talk to each other instantly. But setting up WebSocket yourself is painful. You need a server running 24/7, you need to manage connections, handle disconnections, broadcast messages to the right people, deal with scaling. It's a lot of things. The good news is PartyKit solves this problem. PartyKit gives you a tiny server called a party that live on the internet and handle all of that for you. You just write what should happen when someone connects, or when someone sends a message, PartyKit handles the rest. And because PartyKit runs on Cloudflare's edge network, meaning it runs on server all around the world, it's fast no matter where you user are. So how about the pricing? As you can see, for individual, obviously free, right? But on the commercial, so price is also free. So definitely this is 100% free. This is open source. So let's try to build the application. First, I'm going to generate a brand new Next.js application called live vote. I'm going to hit enter. I'm going to use recommended default settings. Let's cd to the live vote folder, and from here I'm going to open that into my Visual Studio Code. So in the current folder, I'm going to try to running this npx partykit lattice init and hit enter. Let's try to see what happens. So I'm going to say yes for that. We get this question: would you like to add partykit to the package.json? Of course, I'm going to say add that. Right, so now as you can see here, we have the PartyKit.json and then package.json file. We also have a new package, I believe, in here. Let's take a look. We have the PartyKit. Nice. Then we have the PartySocket as well. That's what we need. Let's try to running this npx partykit dev. I'm gonna hit enter. And as you can see, it's working, right? It's basically running on the localhost with port 1999. Great. Then now what I like to do is I'm going to create first the UI. So I'm going to close this one, and then I'm going to open my open code. Then as you can see, this is my prompt basically. I'm building real-time vote app with Next.js and PartyKit. Write a code for page.tsx. First is show the page titles. Then the question is PartyKit awesome? Then we have two buttons, yes and no. The connects to the PartyKit server using PartySocket from the PartySocket package. The PartyKit host is on the environment variables. Then the room name is my vote room. When user click a button, send a JSON message to the PartyKit. Vote yes or vote no. Listen for message from PartyKit and update the vote count on screen. Show the leave count under each button, like 42 vote. Show progress bar that fill up based on the percentage of vote, and etc. Right, that's my prompt. Then as you can see here, keep the code clean and add comments. That's all my code. I'm gonna copy that and paste that to my open code with my DeepSeek version 4 Flash. Alright, this is done. It already created the UI on the app/page.tsx. Then as you can see here, client component with use PartySocket connecting to the my voting room, blah, blah, blah. Then this is also update the party/index.ts, update the PartyKit server to track yes or no vote count and connect user in memory. And make sure you have next public PartyKit host and set like this value here, right? Localhost 1999. Let me just see here. We don't yet have that file, so I'm going to copy this one. Then I'm going to create that file, 1090.99. So let's take a look at the code. I'm going to go to my app/page.tsx. Then as you can see here, I'm going to close this one. So I think it's better to first check the party/index.ts because this is the brain of the real-time system. As you can see, we have this class here that first we have three variable. Yes is 0, no is 0, connections is also 0, right? Because this is the connection right here. Anyway, the connection is basically how much user that currently online or how much user that access to the web applications. So basically onConnect will be running every time new user access the web application, and also will add this new ID for specific user. And for example, user close the application, this on disconnect will be running as well. And then as you can see, it always running this broadcast state, right? This basically will also update the connection value. Basically, we always know how much user that currently access the web application, right? Pretty nice. Then also we have the on message. This is basically the function that running every time we enter the or click the yes or no button, right? As you can see here, it's like a message as a parameters. Then if the data.float is yes, it's basically adding the yes value, right? It's increment that yes value. For example, if I click on the first time yes, the yes variable here, it should be 1. Then if I click a no, it should be also increment the no value. Just that's it, super simple. Then finally, it also update the broadcast state. Let me try to open the npm run dev. As you can see, this is the UI, super simple. As you can see on the top in here, we have 0 connected, but I already accessed this application. That means it should be 1 connected, right? Because I joined to the room right now. The problem is because I'm not yet running this npx PartyKit dev. We don't yet running the server basically. So let me try to running that npx PartyKit dev. So let's take a look. I'm gonna open that, and as you can see, 1 connected. I mean, 1 user accessed that application. It works. That means this function is always running. It's always on, right? And then it's basically update the set connection state. Then as you can see, the value should be updated to 1 right now. So let's try here. For example, I'm gonna open that into my another browser, and hopefully now we have to connect it. Really nice. Then if I open that again, of course, now we have 3 connected, right? So anyway, I get a problem here. Every time I refresh the browser, the connected is increment by 1, right? So let me just go back in here. That means this on disconnect is not run like what I want. So maybe the function name is on close, right? So let me just refresh that, then try to do that. And as you can see, it works, right? 1 connected. Then if I refresh that again, as you can see, it's still 1 connected. Pretty nice. Then if I open that on another browser, we should have 2 connected. If I close that, we still have 1 connected. So anyway, I like to open this to like a 4 browser that open to just show you the real-time working. As you can see, it's just working. Now we have 3 connected. Then now I'm going to open that again. So we have like a 4 connected. Pretty nice. Let me try to update or click yes, for example, right? So let's try to click this one in here. I'm gonna click yes. Then as you can see, every user is also update that value. That's pretty cool. So if I click that again to vote, right, it's also update here. It's just real time, guys. It's just really cool. If I click no, for example, this one, as you can see, another user is also update that value as well. As you can see, this is works and it's really easy to implement. I think the PartyKit is changed how we working with a real-time application right now.